And the top priority, Sean, should be to protect the health and safety of American citizens. We need to do more. We're not doing enough. And if the president won't act, then Congress should reconvene and Congress should act to protect the American people.
I don't think they could have screwed this up anymore, to be honest, Senator. I mean, it's that bad. If you go back to the comments 2 weeks ago while you were writing that letter calling for a ban, you were ahead of the curve and you were right. If, in fact, that had been put in place, I think we'd be a lot safer today.
Period. If someone is not demonstrating symptoms, the screenings are ineffective. You know, Mr. Duncan, who flew from Liberia and was able to fly to the United States to DFW Airport here in Dallas. From what we know, when he came over, he didn't have a fever at the time. He wasn't demonstrating symptoms, which means he would have walked right through the screening. What the administration is doing isn't enough. And you know what's amazing, Sean? This shouldn't be a partisan issue. This is a simple matter of common sense.
Who told her it was okay to fly?
That was a mistake, and that caused her problems. It caused panic in our community. It caused people to miss school. It caused a lot of overreaction. It was a mistake, and we apologize.
Vinson's family and doctors have not released any new information about her condition or treatment at Emory University Hospital in Atlanta.
Meanwhile, Nina Pham remains in fair condition tonight at the National Institutes of Health in Bethesda, Maryland. Doctors say her condition is unchanged since her arrival last week and that the travel was exhausting for her. We have extensive coverage of this story with crews stationed across North Texas with new information. Let's begin with NBC5's Johnny Archer. He's live in Dallas with the latest on Louise Tro's adjustment to life after medical quarantine, where she and her family are now guests of the Catholic Diocese.
I talked to some of Louise Tro's family members today, and she says Louise Tro and the other family members who were in quarantine are all doing okay after spending nearly 3 weeks in this gated community in a quarantine. Now today, Louise Tro, her 13-year-old son, and their 2 nephews were all allowed to leave the property. This is video from earlier this afternoon. You can see that Louise Tro is sitting in the back seat, in the middle of the back seat there of that car. Her nephew in the red walking to another car as they left the property. Now, health officials were watching over their health, making sure they did not show any signs of having the Ebola virus after they all had direct contact with Eric Duncan, who died of the virus on October 8th. Now, this has been a very difficult time for the family, a time of uncertainty, not knowing what's to come next. But all 4 did complete that 21-day period in quarantine without showing any symptoms or signs of having the Ebola virus. Now, the family was moved to this temporary gated community here that's owned by the Diocese of Dallas. It was Mayor Mike Rawlings and the County Judge Clay Jenkins who approached the bishop and asked if the church could help out.
I was extremely impressed by the attitude and by the deep concern that they had for this family, for all of the people who are suffering because of this.
Now, things aren't over for Louise Tro and her family. They still need to find a place to live, and that's something that they'll be working on this week with the help of the city of Dallas and also the generous donations of people who will be donating to the family. And also they have the challenge of integrating back into the community after being isolated from the general public for 21 days.